Welcome to D&E's Edu Corner. And welcome to another math tutorial. Ang topic na pag-uusapan natin ay solving quadratic equations by completing the square. Bago natin isolve ang ating mga quadratic equations by completing the square, alamin muna natin ang mga steps na kailangan nating gawin. Step number 1. Kapag ang a ay hindi equal to 1, kailangan nating i-divide ang both sides of the equation by a. Step number 2. Kailangan nating i-isolate ang x squared term at ang x term to the left side of the equation. And ganun rin ang gagawin natin sa ating constant term, kailangan natin yung i-isolate doon naman sa right side of the equation. Step number 3, we have to take half of b and i-square natin ito, tapos yun ang gagamitin nating pang-add on both sides of the equation. Step number 4, i-factor ang perfect square trinomial and simplify naman yung nasa right side. Step number 5, gamitin natin ang square root property. We have to take the square root of both sides of the equation and then solve for x. Now, after determining the steps, let's have our first example. Our first given is x squared plus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. And in this given, ang a natin ay equal to 1. Ibig sabihin, hindi na natin kailangan mag-divide ng a on both sides of the equation. Let's proceed to our next step. I-isolate natin si x squared term at si x term dito sa left side of the equation. Ano yung gagawin natin? Ano yung i-apply natin para ma-isolate natin yung mga terms na mayroong variable dito sa left side? We have to eliminate negative 8 by using addition property of equality. So mag-a-add tayo ng positive 8 on both sides of the equation. Simplify, so we have x squared plus 2x minus 8 plus 8 is equal to 0 plus 8. Ma-eliminate na natin yung negative 8, magiging 0 ito. Tapos sa kabilang side naman, 0 plus 8, that is 8. Ito na yung bago nating equation. We have x squared plus 2x is equal to 8. Ang next goal natin ay maging perfect square trinomial itong nasa left side. So, ang gagawin natin, kailangan natin kuhanin ang half ng b, tapos i-square natin yon, at yun naman ang ipang-add natin to both sides of the equation. Now, dito sa ating naging equation, ang value ng b ay 2. Kuhanin natin yung b at i-divide natin sa 2. So, we have 2 divided by 2, that is 1. Yung quotient is square natin. So, 1 squared, that is equal to 1. And ibig sabihin, ang ipang-add natin on both sides of the equation ay 1. Ngayon, mayroon na tayong perfect square trinomial dito sa left side. And sa kabilang side, kailangan nating isimplify yung ating naging expression. Na paano natin ifa-factor yung ating perfect square trinomial? I-recall natin yung ating shortcut. Kailangan magkaroon tayo dito ng square of binomial. Bilang yun yung magiging factor ng ating perfect square trinomial. Para makuha natin ito, kuhanin lamang ang square root ng x squared, which is x. Kung ano yung sign ng ating linear term, yun yung magiging sign sa gitna ng ating binomial. Since this is positive, gayahin lang natin yan, plus yung nasa gitna. Tapos kuhanin natin ang square root ni 1. The square root of 1 is 1. kaya maglalagay tayo ng 1 dito sa ating binomial. So, ang nakuha nating binomial ay x plus 1. Tapos, square lang natin yan. So, this is our factored form. Quantity x plus 1 squared. Simplify natin itong nasa right side. So, we have 8 plus 1. Answer is 9. Ito na yung bagong form ng ating equation. We have quantity x plus 1 squared is equal to 9. Ang susunod na step ay ang paggamit ng square root property. Kukuhanin natin ang square root ng both sides of the equation and magkakaroon tayo ng ganitong form ng equation. So we have the square root of quantity x plus 1 squared is equal to positive negative square root of 9. Don't forget, gumamit tayo ng square root property, kaya magkakaroon tayo ng positive negative sign dito sa ating right side. Simplify natin ito. Kapag kinuha ang square root ng ating square of binomial, maiiwan yung binomial mismo natin. Okay? So magkakaroon tayo ng x plus 1 is equal to positive negative. Ano ang square root ni 9? Ang square root ni 9 is 3. So, ito yung ating magiging equation. X plus 1 is equal to positive negative 3. Remember na mayroon tayo ditong dalawang value ng 3. We have positive 3 and negative 3. Solve natin yung value ng x. Unahin natin kunin ang positive 3. X plus 1 is equal to 3. Simplify natin yan. Kailangan nating eliminate yung positive 1 using addition property of equality. Add negative 1 on both sides of the equation. Simplify. This will become 0. May iwan si x. And then 3 minus 1, we have 2. X is equal to 2. Ito yung unang root or solution natin. Next, kuhanin natin yung negative 3. We have x plus 1 is equal to negative 3. Again, gamitin natin yung addition property of equality. Add both sides by negative 1 and then simplify. May iwan yung x dito sa ating left side and then negative 3 minus 1, that is negative 4. Ang result, x is equal to negative 4. Yun ang mga roots na nakuha natin. We have 2 and negative 4. Now, let's check kung tama yung ating naging solutions. Ang ating original given ay x squared plus 2x minus 8 is equal to 0. At ang nakuha nating values ng x ay 2 at saka negative 4. I-check natin kung tama yung ating naging sagot by substitution. Unahin natin yung positive 2. Ipalit natin sa variable na x. So, ang una, we have 2 squared plus the product of 2 and 2 minus 8 is equal to 0. Simplify. 2 squared, we have 4. And then 2 times 2, of course, we have 4 minus 8 is equal to 0. Kailangan mag-equal sa 0 yung kabilang side ng ating equation. So we have 4 plus 4, that's 8, minus 8, that is 0. So 0 is equal to 0. Next, we have negative 4. Ipalit natin sa mga variables na x. So we have negative 4 squared plus the product of 2 and negative 4 minus 8 is equal to 0. Simplify. Of course, negative 4 times negative 4, that is positive 16. 2 times negative 4, that is negative 8. And then minus 8 is equal to 0. 16 minus 8 is equal to 0. So 0 is equal to 0. Ibig sabihin, tama yung ating naging roots or solutions. Now let's proceed to our second example. 2x squared minus 12x is equal to 54. This time, ang a natin is not equal to 1. Kailangan nating mag-divide ng 2 on both sides of the equation bago tayo mag-proceed. I-apply natin yung ating step. 2x squared minus 12x divided by 2 is equal to 54 divided by 2. Again, kinailangan nating mag-divide ng 2 on both sides of the equation because our a is equal to 2. Simplify natin. 2x squared divided by 2, answer is x squared. Negative 12x divided by 2, answer is negative 6x. And 54 divided by 2, answer ay 27. Our new equation is x squared minus 6x is equal to 27. Ito ay nasa form na kung saan naka-isolate yung ating x squared term at x term. Tapos yung constant ay nasa kabilang side ng equation. Pwede na tayong mag-proceed sa ating susunod na step, kung saan gagawin nating perfect square trinomial itong nasa left side. Again, kuhanin natin yung half ng b, tapos square natin ito. Sa ating given or sa ating nakuhang equation, ano ba ang value ng b? Ang b natin dito ay negative 6. Kunin natin ang half ng negative 6. Negative 6 divided by 2, answer is negative 3. Now, kapag in-square natin si negative 3 or negative 3 times negative 3, answer is positive 9. Ibig sabihin, ang pang-a-add natin on both sides of the equation ay positive 9. Magiging perfect square trinomial itong nasa left side. And, syempre, kung ano yung ini-add natin dito sa side na to, yun din ang i-add natin sa kabilang side of the equation para maging balance ito. Factor natin ang ating perfect square trinomial. Kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, just get the square root of x squared, which is x. We have here a negative sign. Yun yung magiging sign ng ating binomial sa gitna. And then the square root of 9 is 3. So, ang binomial natin ay x minus 3. I-square lang natin yan para makuha na natin yung factor ng ating given perfect square trinomial. Simplify naman natin yung nasa kabilang side. We have 27 plus 9. Answer is 36. Ito yung ating bagong equation. We have quantity x minus 3 squared is equal to 36. Ang susunod na step natin ay gamitin ang square root property. Get the square root of both sides of the equation. We now have square root of quantity x minus 3 squared is equal to positive negative square root of 36. Don't forget, use positive negative sign dahil gumamit tayo ng square root property. Simplify. So, ang square of binomial natin, kapag kinuha ang square root, maiiwan yung binomial mismo. Magiging x minus 3. Tapos, positive negative, ang square root na 36 ay 6. Now, let's solve for x. Unahin natin yung positive 6. X minus 3 is equal to 6. Eliminate natin si negative 3 using addition property of equality. Add both sides by positive 3 and then simplify. This will become 0. Maiiwan ang x. 6 plus 3, we have 9. So, x is equal to 9. Now, let's have negative 6. X minus 3 is equal to negative 6. Again, mag-add tayo ng positive 3 on both sides of the equation para ma-eliminate si negative 3. So, this will become 0. Maiiwan ang x. And then negative 6 plus 3, answer is negative 3. Ang roots na nakuha natin ngayon ay 9 at negative 3. Now, let's check kung tama yung ating mga nakuhang roots or solution. Unahin natin ang 9, ipalit natin sa ating original equation. So, magkakaroon tayo dito ng 2 times the square of 9 minus 12 times 9 is equal to 54. Simplify lang natin yan, magkakaroon tayo ng 162 minus 108 is equal to 54. 162 minus 108, that is 54, which is equal to 54. Next, gamitin natin yung negative 3. Again, gumamit tayo ng substitution. So, ito yung ating magiging equation. Simplify natin yan. Magkakaroon tayo ng result na 18 plus 36 is equal to 54. I-add natin 18 plus 36, that is 54, which is equal to 54. Ibig sabihin, tama yung ating nakuhang roots or solutions. Let's have our last example. 4x squared plus 16x minus 9 is equal to 0. Again, ang a natin is hindi equal sa 1. Kailangan nating mag-divide on both sides of the equation by 4. We have here 4x squared plus 16x minus 9 divided by 4 is equal to 0 over 4. Ang magiging result natin dyan ay x squared plus 4x minus 9 over 4 is equal to 0. Our next step is kailangan nating isolate itong ating x squared term at ang x term. Tapos, yung negative 9 over 4, kailangan mapunta sa kabilang side of our equation or yung ating constant. Kailangan nasa right side. Ang gagawin natin is apply the addition property of equality. Add both sides by positive 9 over 4. Simplify, this will become 0. May iwan ang x squared plus 4x dito sa ating left side. And then 0 plus 9 over 4, magkakaroon tayo ng 9 over 4. Now let's make this side a perfect square trinomial. Paano? Kuhanin natin ang half ng b, which is 4, and then square natin ito. 4 divided by 2, we have 2. 2 squared, that is 4. So mag-a-add tayo on both sides of the equation by 4. Tandaan kung ano yung ini-add natin dito sa kabilang side ng equation, yun din ang i-add natin sa kabilang side para balanse. Now let's factor our perfect square trinomial. Get the square root of x squared. We have x. The sign of our middle term is positive. Ilagay natin dito positive. Get the square root of 4, which is 2. And then, i-square lang natin yung ating binomial. So, we have quantity x plus 2 squared. Simplify natin itong nasa right side. So, mayroon kaming mga tutorial about fractions. Pwede niyong panoorin yon. Okay, apply natin yun dito. Shortcut ang gagawin natin. 9 over 4 plus 4 over 1. We know that ang 4 dito ay mayroong denominator na 1. Ang gagawin natin para ma-add ito, multiply na natin yung ating denominators. We have 4 times 1, 4. And then next, parang magko-cross multiply lang tayo. Okay? Again, this is a shortcut. 9 times 1, we have 9. Tapos kung ano yung operation, plus, lagay natin dito. 4 times 4, we have 16. Yun na yung ating magiging numerators. 9 plus 16, answer is 25. Kopyahin lang natin yung ating denominator na 4. Ito na yung ating fraction, 25 over 4. Now, ang next step natin is to apply the square root property. Get the square root of both sides of the equation. And ang magiging result natin, pag kinuha natin ng square root ng quantity x plus 2 squared ay x plus 2. And then our positive negative sign. Ngayon, paano natin kinukuha ang square root ng fraction? Simple lang, you have to get the square root of 25. Answer is 5. Square root of 4, answer is 2. So we have positive negative 5 over 2. Let's solve for x. Unahin natin yung positive 5 over 2. X plus 2 is equal to 5 over 2. Eliminate natin si positive 2 by adding negative 2 on both sides of our equation. And then simplify. Ang may iwan dito ay x. Sunod, 5 over 2 minus 2. Again, lagyan na natin ang denominator na 1 ang ating number. Ito siya, magiging 5 over 2 minus 2 over 1. Tapos, subtract natin. Gamitin natin yung ating shortcut. 2 times 1, we have 2. 5 times 1, answer is 5. Kopyahin yung ating operation, which is subtraction. 2 times 2, answer is 4. And then simplify the numerator. 5 minus 4, we have 1. And kopyahin ang denominator na 2. So, ang nakuha nating root ay 1/2. Proceed tayo sa negative 5 over 2. X plus 2 is equal to negative 5 over 2. Again, apply natin yung addition property of equality. Add negative 2 to both sides of the equation. May iwan dito is x. Tapos, we have negative 5 over 2 minus 2. Lagyan na natin ang denominator na 1. Ito na siya. Multiply ang denominators. 2 times 1, we have 2. Yung negative dito, ilagay natin sa ating numerator. So, we have negative 5 times 1. Answer is negative 5. Kopyahin ang ating operation, subtraction. Tapos, 2 times 2, answer is 4. Simplify yung ating numerator, negative 5 minus 4. Answer is negative 9 over 2. Kopyahin lang natin yung ating denominator. So, ito na yung mga nakuha nating roots or solution. We have 1/2 and negative 9 over 2. Now, let's check. Gamit yung original equation, ipalit natin sa mga variables yung ating nakuhang roots or solutions. Umpisahan natin with 1/2. So, kapag ipinalit natin by using substitution, ito yung ating magiging resulting equation. Simplify natin yan. Magkakaroon tayo ng 4 times 1/4. Saan ang galing yung 1/4? That is 1/2 times 1/2. Okay? 4 times 1/4 plus 8 minus 9 is equal to 0. Simplify muna natin. Product of 4 and 1/4. That is 1. So, 1 plus 8 minus 9, that is 0, which is equal to 0. Ibig sabihin, tama yung 1/2. Next, substitute natin si negative 9 over 2. Ito yung magiging result na equation. Simplify natin yan. Si 81 over 4 ay nakuha sa negative 9 over 2 times negative 9 over 2 kasi in-square natin. Tapos, simplify natin. Si 16, i-multiply natin kay negative 9 over 2, ang magiging result ay negative 72. Simplify natin yung ating equation. So, we have 4 times 81 divided by 4, ang magiging result ay 81. Now, 81 minus 72 minus 9, that is equal to 0, which is equal sa ating 0 na nasa kabilang side ng equation. Ibig sabihin, tama yung ating sagot na negative 9 over 2. So, that's it. Ito yung ating nakuhang roots or solutions. Na-verify na natin. We have 1/2 and negative 9 over 2. Thank you so much for watching. Yun ang ating mga examples for solving quadratic equation by completing the square. And we hope that you subscribe to our channel for more tutorials.